Here we are at Alton Towers. Now I know what you're thinking, have I really driven 4 hours to look at one of the new coasters coming for next year? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. This is Bluey replacing Postman Pat. It's our first look at it, and it's really weird because everyone has said how much bigger it is than Paw Patrol. And actually they're right. I think it is bigger than Paw Patrol. And it is supposed to be I don't know if it's classed as my first coaster. I know obviously the Chessington one is for Paw Patrol, and I find this a really weird investment. I'll just throw that out there now. We've got Paw Patrol obviously opening at Chessington, which is the Zierer Force, which is what this is, so I'm guessing they've had a deal on it. But Postman Pat fitted quite well. Maybe the IP is a little bit out, but we've got Octonauts over there, which is a very similar coaster. Now, it took a few people by surprise actually, because the layout of it isn't quite what the plan said, but I think the plan only has to only has to say what, it's gonna, space it's gonna take up. I don't think it has to necessarily do anything in the middle. But yeah, actually that is considerably bigger than the Paw Patrol one. Actually, that's much bigger than I thought. I've looked at pictures and I thought maybe it's not that big, but actually it is. And here is Bluey from the top. So the station is here, so I think the entrance is around this area here, but actually the drop down into sort of the little hill and then back round into another hill before going back in, I would say it's probably a bit longer than the standard Zierer. I don't know if this one's a clone or whether it is an original design, but the station's actually much bigger than I thought. Now obviously the misconception is everyone thought that the colour would be blue, but I guess Bluey's blue, but everything else around him probably isn't, which is why it's not. But actually it's come along really well. It says it's opening in spring 26. I think Alton Towers is opening sort of end of March. I wouldn't mind betting we see it for the end of March, or certainly for Easter. And we'll get some more shots from it before we go. I will say now the sun's gone in, we can get some kind of a better view without being blinded, that it's not a huge drop, but it's still going to pick up some pace. Assuming the car will be 6 or 7 long, it will definitely pick up some pace coming down there. Now the track is complete, much like Paw Patrol at Chessington, the track is done. It's a green colour, and obviously lime green sort of supports. And it now sort of all comes together with the building being done here and the station being much bigger over here than what I thought. It'd be interesting to see what kind of scenery goes in the middle, but really good to look at. So actually standing back and having a look at the coaster, although I did think it is quite off ground, after going on the ride you can see it's not as far as off ground as what I thought it would be. So yeah, it's definitely bigger than Paw Patrol, like considerably bigger. I think the pictures can be deceptive. When I first saw it I was like, I don't think it is. I think it might even be the same thing. It's definitely not. From the drop here you've got turn helix before you go, where you go down and then the turn helix and then back out and then another turn down to the station. It's actually completely different, in fairness. I don't think I've seen one like it before, but it's certainly not on my first coaster. I think Octonauts is going to take that. Yeah, really not what I expected. As it is winter, all of this is closed this side, so you can't get down to any of the other parts of the park, so X Sector, Forbidden Valley, even up to Dark Forest, everything is closed off for winter, so you can't see the works, which is a real shame. I'd love to go see the works. You know me, I like a bit of behind the scenes. Whilst we're here obviously covering Bluey, we'll cover everything else we see as well, and the Battle Galleons is drained for winter. You rarely see this drained, to be honest with you. It will be open again in some form, usually for storytelling in February. but you can see the actual course in which it takes, which is usually completely underground, and we'll get a close-up of that. The boats are actually outside in the car park. We did see those, although you don't park in the main car park this year. You get to park up the top end here, so you can't really get down there. It's kind of blocked off. I guess if you're staying at the hotel, you can go down there, but otherwise you don't. Let's get some close-ups of this. It's even cool having a look at just battle galleons if it's the only thing we can see, because you can see like just little fans that sort of push the water around, but also this is the exit point. So this is where the boats are coming out. They're coming out of there and they're coming off for their winter maintenance. But obviously the station over here actually fills it with fresh water. I think everyone thinks it's draining it from this because this doesn't look that clean, granted, but it's not the case at all. It fills it with fresh water every single time for its route round. But yeah, there's like just things you don't see, things you don't see. The Sky Ride did reopen last year. There's no sign of cars. In fact, we'll show you them in the car park at the end of the video. I say the car park, they're in the maintenance area, but you can see them from the car park. And hopefully that opens on time for 2026. Of course, it's closed season, and that means that Wickerman is closed, very closed, obviously, as you would expect. I say as you would expect. I still think this is the kind of coaster that should be open for one of the events. Personally feel that Runaway Train should be open for Christmas. It's a powered coaster. I don't really see any reason why it can't be. And then I think this should be part of the Pirates event in February, just to add that little bit of extra boost to the lineup. I just don't see any reason why it shouldn't be, to be honest with you. Spinball is open and that is good, but they're not advertising Hex or Curse for February. And the Curse makeover for Christmas is fantastic. You'll have to check out our other video to see a little bit of that. But Wickerman very much lies dormant. This is the limited bit that you kind of walk into. So all that is actually blocked off. This is the car park you're parking in. So you can't really see down the bottom. I guess if you go into the hotel, you can see boats and things that have been put into storage up here, but you can't walk down here, and we're not just going to make a special stop in the middle of the road to check it out, however much we like to see the closed season stuff. However, you will see the gondolas here for the Sky Ride. There's loads of them here that have been placed in. So yeah, we wanted to just show you really the Bluey coaster. We wanted to have a look at the Bluey coaster. We come really to have a look at it. It's big. It's much bigger than I thought it would be for a first coaster. It's not what I would call first coaster. I call Octonauts next to it a first coaster. That said, very exciting actually that it's not going to be a basic ride. It actually looks really, really good, quite fun. And I'm sure it will be quite thrilling compared to the Paw Patrol design. It does look bigger. So yeah, really positive on that. I still don't know if it's needed there. I don't know whether it could have been something else. Maybe a dark ride, you know, for Cbeebies. Wouldn't have gone astray, to be honest. Bearing in mind we are in the winter months. We can see Battle Galleons. Looks quite cool, to be fair, with all the trough and everything out as well. But not a lot to see here at Alton Towers. But I hope you liked Bluey. Everything else is tucked away behind the scenes.